Hi people, it's me again obviously, Morino Ravenberg. Now, as you can tell based on the header of this video, before I continue, I need to state that of course I don't want to do this, but I still felt metaphorically obligated to do so. It's time to talk again to everyone's dismay, or the dismay of most, about, our favorite dipshit scammer, Eduardo Espinal. Now, my intuition simply told me something. So, it was brought to my attention that he released an article like 10 days ago, February the 2nd, and as you can see here, or tell here. Now, we're going to briefly go over my article. You'll see what I'm getting at. I'm recording this for my own personal purposes. This is in reference to the article in which I dealt with Mercury extensively. I have my first mercurial celestial spirit, an angel by the header's name, called Spifer. He deals with all things and specializes in the results that will manifest as quickly as possible. Obviously, he's mercurial and corresponds to 22 degrees in Gemini. Appearance is that of a transparent angel and non-transparent wise. An angel with blonde hair and orange robe. Update per August the 23rd, 2018. I have since then grown in experience with Spifer, and he has done great. He works swiftly and has served multiple clients who have in most cases reported success. His appearance also varies from orange to sky blue, and I have added Venusian pentacles to the mix that make him stronger and more potent in dealing with love and sex-related matters, Only drawback is that effects aren't long-lasting, normal drawback of mercurials. And as you can see here, the art, etc. Remember that I also shared this art in an article called Cool Wallpaper, Volume 1. So that's where you can find most of the the spirit art that you can see with their seals and whatnot on my website. Now, let's go to this dipshit scammer. This fag of a scammer. Now, right off the bat, first up, what do you see? A pathetic attempt at trying to copy me. The same seal, both at the beginning as well as the end, but only with very minor variations. Something as simple as changing the color of orange, a different shade of orange, and a simple seal drawn from a Hebrew rose cross. Now, listen to this. My experiences with Spifer. Within this article, I'll be covering an angel named Spifer. To begin with his profiling, I will start with his correspondence and his faculty. Spifer is celestial in nature, meaning he's not fallen and still considered holy. He's from the order of angels and is from the sphere of Mercury. He corresponds to 22 degrees in Gemini. Gee, I wonder where I heard that before. And it's very versatile, being able to execute anything for the summoner, or almost anything, but mostly stuff that falls along the lines of simple affairs, stuff that one would execute throughout the day, so trivial tasks. To be more specific, Spifer's specialty lies within bringing wealth or money to the summoner at a very fast pace. He can't even spell, obviously. Fast pace, P-A-C-E. Love-related matters to a certain extent, dealings involving people or communicating with people, more properly said. But as mentioned above, he can pretty much do anything as long as he acknowledges the task. I've been working with Spifer for 2 years or 2.5 years. Yeah, that's an obvious lie. And have practically seen everything he's capable of in real time, placing him as one of my finance boosters. He can't spell financial. Who works alongside my patron Raphael with disregard, and having him execute 2 or 3 separate customer-related workings for me, and him nailing them always. Granted, there were indeed drawbacks to the way that he works, and this is pretty much something I've mentioned within my article on Salasash, again another spirit that I've covered that he copies off of me, and C3, which are other mercurial angels I've touched upon. Salasash isn't even an angel, and it is that mercurial spirits work very fast, but the polar opposite to all the speed is the lack of power or efficiency behind the whole ordeal, making it so that me alongside customers get what we ask for, but they won't last long. It was only on certain occasions where the results of one of these guys would stick and last long, but for the most part they fade away after quite some time, leaving me on a customer having to begin the working anew to yield the same results. In the end, Spifer is very effective and can get things done regardless of that matter, and is very reliable. A customer needed to switch job opportunities as fast as possible, was afraid of losing. He can't spell losing all of his money during that brief moment of drought as he begins looking for that other available position in the next job. So he hired me to boost the amount of pay he would gain within this short period of time, which, if I'm not mistaken, was about 2 to 3 weeks, and not only increase his pay, but make sure I got him to the next job as quickly and as soon as possible. Any normal person can tell that this story is fake. I began the operation, blah, 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 blah. I can't read more of this bullshit. I went forth and paced him, blah, blah, blah. Brief love-related working, yak, yak, yak. His sigil is this. I made this sigil for him in the light of me writing this article. Since I was surprised I've never made one for him. Blah, blah, blah. You can go ahead and utilize the ladder as well. Okay, you guys have seen enough, right? And the ladder, which is just a sigil of Mercury, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, unbelievable that a bunch of imbeciles like this, one or two people like this, people that are equally worthless to Eduardo or even worse. Now, I can't look at this atrocity anymore. What do you notice, viewers? It's a pathetic copycat version of me. What have I not said since day one? This so-called individual is literally like, the only thing that doesn't make it copyright is the slight changing in colors and the 1 to 2% of changes in the so-called atmosphere that is this article, that is the content. For the rest, it's like 95 or 98% copy and paste. Laughable. Even the wallpapers, etc. are taken from me. Only the slight colors change because he's too worthless and too everything else to come up with his own material, obviously. So again, for anyone that was even remotely doubtful, you see it for yourself now. You can literally officially see it for yourself. This is like looking at an original Adidas that's like 500 euros or dollars or pounds, and then going to a Chinese store and you find the exact same one for 1% of that. Some fake Adidas with essentially Adidas, the first D in Adidas spelled with a T. So Adidas, essentially. So I'm Adidas, and this so-called person is Adidas or Adidas. That's what I'm talking about. It's just laughable, honestly. And of course, it's only £5 or $5 or what, 5 euros, what have you. So again, this is like legendary wannabe levels of wannabiness. Bye bye.